Every single morning, millions of Americans over 60 wake up feeling a little off. Maybe your feet look puffy, maybe your shoes felt tight yesterday, maybe you had to catch your breath just walking to the bathroom. You probably told yourself it was nothing, just getting older, just a bad night's sleep. But what if I told you that? One specific morning symptom, something almost every senior dismisses, could be your heart quietly sending out a distress signal. Please stay with me for the next few minutes, because what you are about to hear could genuinely save your life or the life of someone you love. I'm Dr. Emily Carter, and I've spent over 2 decades working with patients just like you adults navigating their health after 60. On this channel, we talk honestly and carefully about the health issues that matter most to people in their 60s, 70 seconds, and beyond. If you haven't subscribed yet, I gently encourage you to do that now, so you never miss something important. Let's talk about what's really going on. Your heart is, at its core, a pump, a powerful, tireless pump that has been beating for you every single second of every single day since before you were born. It pushes blood out to your lungs to pick up oxygen, then sends that oxygen-rich blood out to every organ, every muscle, every cell in your body. Now, when that pump starts to weaken, and this can happen very gradually, so slowly you barely notice, it can no longer move blood as efficiently as it once did. When blood doesn't move forward the way it should, it starts to back up, and when blood backs up, fluid begins to leak out of your blood vessels and into the surrounding tissue. Where does that fluid go? It sinks. Because of gravity, it settles in the lowest parts of your body, and the lowest parts of your body, when you've been lying down all night, are your feet, your ankles, and your lower legs. That puffiness you notice in the morning? That swelling around your ankles when you take off your socks and see those deep sock marks? That feeling like your feet are heavy or tight in your shoes by midday? That is your body telling you something is wrong with how your heart is managing fluid. This is called edema, and when it is connected to heart function, it is one of the earliest and most commonly missed warning signs of heart failure. Here's the problem. Most people hear the words heart failure and they imagine someone collapsing, a dramatic emergency, a sudden crisis. But that is not how heart failure usually begins. Heart failure is often a slow, quiet process. It creeps up on you over months, sometimes years, and the symptoms it causes: swollen feet, mild fatigue, feeling a little breathless, are so easy to explain away as just aging. What most people don't realize is that by the time swelling becomes obvious and consistent, the heart may already be working significantly harder than it should. The window for early intervention, when treatment is most effective and most manageable, is often already closing. And here is something that truly concerns me as a doctor. Many of my patients, when I ask them about swelling, tell me they mentioned it to someone months earlier and were told not to worry about it, or they just bought wider shoes, or they started sitting with their feet up and felt a little better, so they moved on. Feeling a little better does not mean the underlying problem went away. Recent research published in cardiology journals has confirmed what many doctors have long observed, that lower leg and ankle swelling is one of the most underreported early symptoms of heart failure in adults over 60. A large-scale study found that patients who had noticeable recurring ankle swelling were significantly more likely to be diagnosed with some degree of heart dysfunction within the following 2 years, yet the majority had never reported the swelling to their physician. Another body of research has shown that adults over 65 with untreated mild heart failure have a dramatically higher risk of hospitalization within 12 months compared to those who receive early treatment. Early treatment, that is the key phrase here. Let me walk you through the specific risks and effects you need to understand. First, recurring morning swelling in the feet and ankles, especially if it is getting worse over time, is not a cosmetic issue. It is a functional warning sign that your heart may be struggling to manage your body's fluid balance. Second, when fluid backs up in the body, it doesn't only go to your feet. Over time, it can back up toward your lungs. Fluid in or around the lungs makes breathing harder. This is why many people with worsening heart failure notice they feel short of breath when lying flat, or they wake up in the middle of the night feeling like they can't get enough air. Third, the fatigue associated with early heart failure is different from normal tiredness. It is a deep, persistent exhaustion. Doing small tasks, walking across the house, climbing a few stairs, carrying light groceries leaves you feeling wiped out in a way that doesn't quite make sense. Fourth, your kidneys are also affected. When the heart isn't pumping efficiently, blood flow to the kidneys decreases. The kidneys respond by retaining more sodium and water, which actually makes the fluid retention worse. It becomes a cycle that feeds itself. Fifth, and perhaps most importantly, untreated heart failure progresses. The longer it goes unmanaged, the harder it becomes to treat effectively. The earlier it is caught, the more options you have, and the better your quality of life can be. I want to tell you about a patient I'll call Margaret. She was 71 years old, sharp as a tack, still working part-time at a library she loved. She came to see me not because of her heart, but because she wanted to talk about her knees. She mentioned almost as an afterthought that her feet had been swollen for several months. She'd been sleeping with an extra pillow under her legs. She figured it was her age, or maybe that she was on her feet too much at work. When I examined her and ran a few tests, we found that her heart was not pumping as strongly as it should be. She had early-stage heart failure, something that, at that point, was very manageable with medication, dietary changes, and monitoring. Margaret told me afterward that she had almost not mentioned the swelling at all. She said she felt silly bringing it up. I am so glad she did. Please do not feel silly. These symptoms matter. Your body is communicating with you, and you deserve to have someone listen. Now, an important reminder before we go further. If you are currently on any heart medications, blood pressure medications, or water pills, please do not stop taking them or change your dose without talking to your doctor first. Never stop medication without consulting your doctor. Any changes to your treatment should always be made. With proper medical guidance, what I'm sharing today is meant to educate and empower you, not to replace your doctor's care. So what can you do? Here are practical steps that genuinely matter. Start paying close attention to your ankles and feet every morning, before you get up and before gravity has time to shift things. Check whether there is any puffiness or softness around your ankle bones. Then check again in the evening. If the swelling is noticeably worse by end of day, write it down. Keep a simple symptom journal. Note any days when your feet or legs feel swollen, any nights when you feel short of breath lying down, and any times when you feel unusually tired doing normal activities. This record is incredibly valuable information for your doctor. At your next appointment, ask these specific questions. Ask your doctor, could my ankle swelling be related to my heart? Ask, should I have an echocardiogram? That is a simple, painless ultrasound of the heart that can show how well it is pumping. Ask, is my current salt intake contributing to fluid retention? Request a BNIP blood test if your doctor thinks it is appropriate. This is a blood marker that can indicate whether the heart is under unusual strain. It is one of the tools doctors use to help identify heart failure early. And finally, take note of your weight. Sudden weight gain of 2 or more pounds in a single day or 5 pounds in a week without any change in eating habits can indicate rapid fluid retention, and that is something your doctor needs to know about right away. You are not powerless here. The fact that you are watching this, that you are paying attention and asking questions already puts you ahead. Heart failure, when caught early, is a very manageable condition. People live full, active lives with the right care and the right support. But that starts with taking the symptom seriously, not dismissing it, not waiting another season to see if it gets better on its own. If your feet are swelling in the mornings, please bring it up with your doctor. Show them this video if it helps start the conversation. Your heart has been working for you your entire life. Now it may be asking you to pay attention. I'm Dr. Emily Carter, and I genuinely care about your health and your quality of life. If this video helped you, please share it with a friend or family member over 60 who might need to hear it. Leave a comment below telling me, have you ever experienced morning swelling and brushed it off? I'd love to hear from you, and in our next video, we are going to talk about the 5 foods that cardiologists say seniors should stop eating immediately, foods that are quietly raising your blood pressure and straining your heart every single day. You won't want to miss it. Take care of yourself. You deserve to feel well.